13 years of the last Labour government.
Mr Kenneth Clarke.
Mr Speaker, Sir John Major rang me about half an hour ago. Simply to give vent to his indignation, which I already fully shared, that a major policy announcement of historic significance, our last offer, apparently, to the EU of a withdrawal agreement, was being made not to this House of Commons, which is not even to have a statement, and not after discussion in the Cabinet, most of whose members know nothing about it, but in a speech to a Conservative Party conference in which the Prime Minister, who I remind you was one of those who voted to stop us leaving the European Union at the end of March, began the speech with an attack on Parliament. Now, I will, if a deal is obtained, I will be delighted. I will apologise to the Prime Minister, and I will vote for any deal that is agreed amongst the 28 member states of the European Union. But can the Foreign Secretary reassure me that, because it seems to me obvious otherwise, that this is not just a party political campaigning ploy to blame the European Union for the lack of agreement and to arouse fury between people and Parliament so as to escape from the responsibility which seems to me to lie with the Spartans on the far right of the party, with whom he and the Prime Minister used to be close allies.
I thank my right honourable friend. Can I just, on the specific point, the proposals that we are setting out to Brussels, and David Frost, the Prime Minister's Special Advisor, is over in Brussels doing that, will be set out first in the House of Commons. They will be published. No. The Shadow Foreign Secretary is chuntering from a sedentary position, but the proposals have not been set out in Manchester. They will be set out in written proposals to Jean-Claude Juncker, and they will be published in the House later on. And I would gently say to my right honourable friend, and I know later today the Shadow Foreign Minister is continuing to talk from a sedentary position, but I just say to my right honourable friend, he and I have always had slightly nuanced but differing views on the EU. But I think the one thing that we all want to do is get a deal right now, and that's why the attempts by Parliament to frustrate that have been deeply counterproductive, and also to give effect to the promises that on all sides of the House we made, to give effect to the referendum and to keep trust with the electorate of this country.
Eleanor Smith.